I guess I saw Maxwell White tweeted that out, Maz. This was Downriver and
I don't even think
friends.
we're on, by the way, as we talk. I don't think we're on yet, but we can keep talking anyway.
Oh, very good.
It's all good.
Very good. So are we on or not? We are on. We are good. Okay.
We are? Oh, okay.
Well, the chat doesn't see us.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah. So either way, it's packed tonight. Can somebody let me? Does anybody see us? Does anybody see us in the chat? Okay, we're finally live. Very good. All right, so you are on. Good.
We're on?
Okay, so
Okay,
anyway,
good.
it's going to be a hot night in Detroit. You got the Taylor Swift concert, and Maz, you are going to the Detroit Tigers game.
I know. It's so beautiful out. Why should I be muscled out of going down to watch a ball game, to watch my team? No, forget the Yankees and Mets. I'm here in Detroit. My team that I really enjoy watching, this sad ragtag team.
Sad
Last
baseball
night,
team.
I was like, my wife and I were at Fishbones. We're sitting outside on the patio. Gorgeous. We had the whole place to ourselves. Tigers on one screen, NHL on the other screen. I'm in my glory. And I see the Tigers, they're getting no hit. And the guy that's no hitting them is Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler is dealing. Had a perfect game going. Then he hits, and I forgot who was up.
I think it was Maton.
He did. You're right. He hit Maton on the foot. There goes the perfect game.
See, I do watch.
He did. And then there was a hit to third, bad throw, bad scoop by the first baseman. I was pissed. I thought they were going to call it a hit.
You know who the first baseman was?
Cody
Clemens.
Cody Clemens, that's right. By the way, we'll hear about him later in the game. So nonetheless, they call it an error. So the no-hitter's still going. And then in the eighth, they break it up, actually take the freaking lead. In comes Alex Lang, and he gives up the winning hit to
Cody Clemens.
And the Tigers lose 3-2 in grand fashion. But this is a team that keeps you interested. Ryan, they almost got no hit 3 times this week. They gone 7 innings, got no hit, 4 2/3 no hit, and last night almost 8 innings full, no hit. And they still come back. They lose 1-run games. They've lost 6 in a row. They lost them all on the road. So tonight I want to go down there and watch my team. And who the hell is down there but freaking Taylor Swift? I probably won't even get a parking spot. And I have a spot.
I wonder how they're going to do that in the Tigers' garage.
I don't know.
I mean, they can say passes only, but you know those prices are going to be jacked up.
They're going to take $60, $80, $100.
Absolutely.
And they'll get $100.
Yeah, not only that, but, I mean, if you drive Uber or Lyft or something like that, what are the chances? How much are those rides going to be?
Tonight's the night, man.
In that, gridlock traffic.
Do you know anyone that drives Uber that might be out tonight?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know a few Uber drivers that drive in the morning, but not at night with the night crowd.
Maybe I should just put my Uber hat, because I'm an Uber Lyft driver.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just turn on my meter.
You probably could get somebody out of the stadium because you know how difficult it is to get a ride out.
I know.
It's one thing to get you there, but to get a ride out, it's not going to be very much fun. So you've got that. And the Tigers, man, I'll tell you, I was excited for this team, and even now, they've lost 6 games in a row, and they went from 2 games out to 3.5 games out.
Yeah.
Minnesota is under 500.
They keep losing.
But despite that, I have virtually no interest in this baseball team right now. Virtually none. Why I was watching last night, I think the main reason I was watching last night is because of the powder blue Philadelphia Philly uniform.
I wear that uni.
That is such a classic uniform.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful.
Why anybody would mess with that uniform, I'll never understand.
I'm with you totally. Those blues from the 70s are rocking. Toronto uses theirs. The Twins use it. Obviously, you saw the Phillies use it. There's a few other teams that use it as well. The Cardinals use it. That was the old National League days. And I know Minnesota's American League, but they use it as well. But they do look fantastic. And the Tigers road jerseys, I'm not a real fan of, but of course their home whites are right up there with any of them. By the way, Al Avila spoke today.
I did. I heard that. And look, He's going to defend himself.
Of course.
I understand he's going to defend himself, and you will hear those comments coming up in just a little bit. It's just one of those things that I think if you're a Tigers fan, you have very little tolerance for anything that he says.
Especially if you're Adam too. Adam does not care for Al Avila. Remember last year, he took a little group of his friends and made it to the park to try to get Al Avila fired. It didn't work, but eventually it did. But he's a baseball guy, man. You know what? The hand he was dealt by Ilitch, it's not fair to really judge him 100%. Yeah, he didn't bring the best players in, and the contracts he gave out weren't the best. But who the hell was coming here on a complete tear-down rebuild? And, Dombrowski, he killed the minor leagues. Let's face it. 06 to 14, he gave every minor leaguer away so the Tigers could compete and win a World Series. And they came close, and then he goes and wins it with Philly. So, I don't. What are you going to do?
I understand that. I mean, you can make the argument that Al Avila killed the minor leagues, too. When you have the number one pick overall a couple of different times, and you come away empty, essentially.
Empty.
You're empty. Yeah. You don't really know if Spencer Torkelson is going to be any part of this future if and when the Detroit Tigers compete for a World Series. I think he will, too. But not as like this star leading the way.
Not this Ellie Dela Cruz that the Cincinnati Reds have, or the kid with the Pittsburgh the Pittsburgh Pirates. They have their guy O'Neill. I forgot his name. O'Neill Cruz is his name. These are the international stars. The Tigers completely missed the boat on. Completely.
Yeah, I mean, you come away with Casey Mize and Spencer Torkelson, and that's just number one.
Yes.
That's not even talking about Jackson Jobe taking a high school pitcher, with a...
They passed up 4 great infielders that are all contributing right now to their teams, including Marcelo Mayer with the Red Sox. So honestly, it's a mess.
Riley Green is really the only draft pick that's done anything. And, Al Avila will talk about Alex Lang that he got for Castellano, and Lang is a nice... But, I mean, look at what he's done over the course of the last couple of games, including last night. So, my goodness, Al Avila, just a complete dumpster fire as a general manager for the Detroit Tigers, and set this franchise back even further.
Well, the Illiches, too.
Well, there's no doubt.
Not Mike, but, the regime after Mike, Chris, and that rest of the family, they tore the Tigers to shreds and gave them absolutely no payroll, no money to go out there. But teams like the Rays figured out we didn't.
Yeah, and that's how it goes. Guys, lots of Lions talk today as well. You're going to hear from Dan Campbell. And you're going to hear from Taylor Decker. Taylor Decker is one of those guys that I feel like it's his 8th year with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
I want him to get have some success with this ball club.
Of course.
He's been through so much. He's been through such a period of losing.
Yep. After all that winning,
I know.
In college,
and he talked to the media and talked about being the butt of jokes and everybody looking at the Detroit Lions. And Maz, remember yesterday when we were talking about the fact that I wanted the Lions to change their uniforms?
I do.
That's part of it because of the butt of all the jokes. I was watching I think it was ABC News This Week with George Stephanopoulos on Sunday.
All right.
And I forget what the topic was, but it was something about banging your head against the wall.
Yeah.
And it was, this got just as much, you got just as much of a chance as this happening than the Detroit Lions getting to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I mean, that was said. That was said on a Sunday morning political talk show.
Pretty good.
This organization has been the butt of all jokes for so long.
Yeah.
And I think that's why now, even though they haven't done anything besides win 9 games last year, and of course 8 of the last 10, you all know that story. Unfortunately, those wins don't get to carry over.
Correct.
Those wins don't count. Last year's record doesn't count.
This
year's record.
They peaked last year. Let's hope that they can repeat.
Right. We'll hope they keep going. But again, that uniform kind of has resembled losing for the better part of so many decades. So I thought about that this morning.
That's a good question. We should ask Calvin.
Yeah.
I think I could spin one to him.
Absolutely.
I could spin one to him.
So, guys, we'll take a break. Come right back when we do. Hope to have Calvin Johnson on the air. He is at a golf tournament in Benton Harbor. It is Joy Bell's golf tournament. But he's got a lot of great things happening in our area next week. We'll talk about those next. But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one but two vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, two cars. One for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, your best friend, your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, whoever you want to give it to, you'll have that opportunity. All you have to do is get your hair cut at Lady Jane's. Several locations throughout the Metro Detroit area, over 100 nationwide. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We are the network for Detroit, by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. Like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice. One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube. Coming up on 44,000 subscribers. We're less than 100 subscribers away from hitting that 44,000 number.
We're still under 100.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Right.
We got
We got to get over that. I know it's this time of the year and all,
Yeah.
but we got to get over that.
You gotta just
Come
tell
on, guys,
a friend.
spread the word here.
Spread the word. Tell a friend about Woodward Sports. If you can't watch live, download our podcast. Leave a 5-star review. Available everywhere and anywhere you listen to your podcast. And, of course, woodwardsports.com for all the latest articles, updates, show clips, and merchandise. Going to be joined by Calvin Johnson momentarily. Tom Mazawey. Braylon Edwards out today. He's playing golf himself at a golf tournament near you.
This morning, I was able to stop and get a little quick breakfast, and I'm sitting at our local place, and in comes a couple kids. Maybe they were like 18 to 21 years old, roughly. And I'm eating, and they come up to pick up a takeout order, and they look over, and they're like, "Maz, is that you from Woodward Sports?" And they all of them. We love Woodward Sports. Make sure you say hi to Ryan and Braylon for us. We're going to be watching, so hi to Andy and the gang from St. Clair Shores. We got you.
Shout out to
Shout
Andy. One of my favorite places over there.
Of course.
But what did the waitress say?
At Travis, which is one of my favorite places, Stephanie's like, "Hey, I know, Tom, you're doing really good there at Woodward. Tell Ryan that we miss him. He used to always come in here before he went on that diet."
I need to go back in there.
I'm like, I'll get him back in here. Nothing better than the Travis omelet. Nothing.
That's right.
Nothing.
No doubt. Tom, Calvin Johnson Foundation putting on a couple of different things going on this week. He's got the golf tournament on Monday. He's got the football camp on Tuesday.
I think Braylon's at that one as well. And
Yeah.
I think D-Mac is at that one as well.
But it's so great, Calvin Johnson, to have Calvin Johnson at the forefront of so many of these events happening in our city and around the Metro Detroit area. Just so great to see. And I believe we have him now, Parker. Do we have him now? Let's bring him in. Calvin
Sweet.
Johnson, the Pro Football Hall of Famer. Hey, Calvin, how you doing, my friend? We did have Calvin Johnson. There he is. Calvin, how you doing, buddy?
Sorry about that. My alarm went off. What'd you say now?
He said, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. As you see, I'm out here on this beautiful golf course. I'm at Joy Bell's charity outing, man, and we're out here having a good time supporting his initiatives.
Hey, Joike's part of our network, the Woodward Sports Network. Make sure you tell him that we miss him.
Yeah, no doubt. He's over here trying to get somebody instruction.
D-Mac, I hear D-Mac's out there. Darren McCarty sent me a picture a couple of minutes ago. He's like, "Yep, I'm out here golfing." There he is.
PXG, and I'm like, man, let me get the hook up too. Like, what's up?
Hey, Calvin, so many of these great events happening in the area. You've got one coming up on Monday. You've got the youth camp on Tuesday. You've had the Calvin Johnson Foundation for over a decade. I think you started it in 2008. I think this is your first golf tournament, though. I mean, are you learning anything? You've got the golf. You've been in a million golf tournaments. What's the best thing that you can have at a charity golf event? What have you learned out of all these charity golf events that you had to make sure happened at yours on Monday?
That's a tough part. I've been to so many of these things, but I think the thing that I love the most at the end is like when you get on. I saw at Derek Jeter's event I went to last year in the Bahamas, and it was a competition between all the celebrities at the end. Like we played around, you have the longest drive and all that stuff, but whatever holes right in, whether it's a par 4 or par 3, you either go closest to the pin or the longest drive. And it was just something cool to get the energy up at the end of the day. And then other folks like sponsors and whatnot, they want to get in, they can get in too. But just a little excitement, to keep the energy up there at the end of that round.
Hey Calvin, are you a better golfer or are you a better bowler? I'm a bowler. I want a celebrity bowling thing. I don't like this golf stuff.
We do both, man. I used to be a pretty good bowler back in the day before I messed up all my fingers.
I bet.
Before
I do. I see him.
Up, you know what I'm saying? I used to bowl pretty good. I was just a 200 plus bowler.
Nice.
Hey, Calvin. I just want to point out the Sunday football camp is filled up and the Monday golf is filled up, but I do want to direct people to CalvinJohnsonJr.Foundation.com. If you do want to donate to any of the charity events happening, you guys do such great work. I wanted to put out that website, CalvinJohnsonJr.Foundation.com, because you can still donate, maybe even look ahead to next year. Calvin, I did want to, obviously, with your football camp at Allen Park, that is a really big deal, and a lot of people around here have noticed that this relationship between yourselves and the Detroit Lions, and I know you've been asked about it a million times, but who would you say has been the most influential person in trying to repair this relationship, and how has Sheila Ford Hamp been involved in this kind of reunifying the two sides here, yourself and the Lions?
Yeah, Mike Disner, I believe he's the COO there of the Lions, but he's been the one that's been instrumental, in bringing the two sides together. He came in from out of town a couple of years ago, but that's been, I guess, one of his goals. He told me is to bring the two sides back together. I can't speak to Sheila and how much her involvement is. I don't know, but Mike is definitely, led the charge there, and I'm definitely appreciative of it.
We see you at camp. You were at OTAs. You were at mini camp. It just feels right as a Lions fan, and for all of us to see you out there mixing it up with these players and interactions with Dan Campbell or Jameson Williams. Does it feel right to you to be back on the field there in Allen Park?
Feels great, man. Just to be around the speed of the game, just be around the guys, obviously Dan, and the great culture. That's what's so attractive about it, is the culture, all the great player coaches that they have on that team. Probably half the staff are player coaches, and guys can learn so much from that. And I expect a lot of things out of them, frankly, because of that.
Calvin, I wanted to ask you about the feel of this camp under this regime compared to when you were there with that great 2014 team, especially. That team, I thought, was railroaded. Obviously, they had a chance to make it through the playoffs and go further. What do you think of this regime and this team going forward?
Definitely excited about it. I just spoke to the player coaches. That level of experience you just don't get everywhere. But even more so than that, the way they finished the end of the season last year should definitely give them some momentum and confidence going into this year.
How about what's your take on the whole Jameson Williams suspension? The rumor out there is The kid bet on college football, but he was in a different state, in a hotel. Unfortunately, it was a Lions team hotel, and they suspended him for 6 games. What's your take on the whole gambling NFL rules?
It's tough because the NFL can gamble too, so it makes it a little tougher. You guys mind if I hit this shot right there?
No, I was gonna say, put the phone down, or maybe somebody can film you shooting. Yeah. Come on, hey, Joik.
Joik,
What's happening, man?
What's happening? Who I'm talking to?
what up, Joik?
It's Ryan and Maz.
What up, Doug, man? What up, Ryan?
What up, dog?
baby?
We miss you.
Man, what's up, man?
Hey, Joik, do me a favor. While you're there, give me a quick sports update, the way I taught you.
How do you treat me? Give me.
I'm only kidding, man. I'm only kidding.
Oh, this guy, man.
I'm only kidding, man.
This guy hasn't changed, Joik. Let me tell you. Hey, hey, Joik, real quick for you, man. How great is it to be out there in Benton Harbor and have all your friends come and Calvin come
and meet D-Mac,
and D-Mac, and all the support you're getting out there?
Man, it's great, man, because Calvin comes out the past 3 years. He comes out every year. He comes support. He actually has his coming up on Monday, which I'll be there to support. He also has his football camp on Sunday, which I can't go to because my son's open house, his graduation party is on Sunday.
Awesome.
And my son will be at Wayne State next year.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Passing the torch. Yeah, passing the torch. So we're actually on the golf course right now, and I have him in a group with actually Bob Evans, the CEO of Rocket Mortgage, and then the vice president of Whirlpool, husband here at my golf outing right now. So we're holding up people in back of us, so we have to go. And plus, I'm shooting a documentary as we speak right now. And so you guys want to be on the documentary when we're done with it.
Absolutely, man.
Thanks, Joik.
Joik, you rock,
Shout out to
man.
Woodward Sports, man. Love everybody over there, man.
Love you,
guys
man.
are one of the
Hey.
best in the business.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Good
Joik.
luck.
Love
Good
you
luck
guys.
today. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's Joik Bell, Calvin Johnson there at the golf tournament, the golf event in Benton Harbor. Really
Again,
cool
golf
stuff.
has nipped me again. Golf has got me again.
Cuts everything short.
It takes me weeks to get Calvin Johnson, and Joik Bell pulls the plug on me on a freaking golf hole. I hate golf. I despise it. It's despicable. I just can't stand it. There's nothing about it that I like. And again, it's ruining my life.
Do we have their audio still up? Do they? No, they.
Oh, they're gone. You are Joik.
Oh, yeah.
He's done. He's
Joik's
filming
done,
his
man.
documentary.
I'll tell you, when you say golf to Tom Mazawey, that you might as well use another 4-letter word, because when the summer comes, you've got all this time off. I just went on a golf trip. Braylon's got Friday, Monday, Friday. He's got this golf tournament, that tournament. Calvin Johnson's at a golf
This has
event.
happened to me all through my career. 27 years of trying to be an executive producer, produce shows, have my host intact, and it always gets me every single time.
Yeah.
There's not one host that I've worked with that doesn't golf. It started back in Dan Dickerson and Steve Courtney at JR and worked all the way up here to you guys.
I really am not a golfer. I really don't golf.
I know, but you still go.
Hey, yeah, but okay, enough with the golf conversation. I do want to I do want to ask you, Maz, one question. And then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to hit it on the other side. And I'm wondering what to make of this, if anything. And we make stuff out of nothing all the time, so why not make something out of nothing here? Was it a little curious to you that Calvin said, I don't know what Sheila's involvement has been?
I took it that way.
I want to
Lions fans.
Maybe we can explore that. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. It was. I thought it was kind of a layup, and then it was like, oh, maybe not. But he was out there talking.
He likes Mike Dissner.
Yeah, he does. He loves Mike Dissner. He was out there talking to Sheila, and he was out there talking to Sheila's husband. There were pictures of that, and that was an interaction that took place. I'm sure it's fine, and I'm sure we're just sitting here on a Friday trying to make something out of nothing. But I did.
Let's do it.
I did hear that, and I was like, oh man, okay.
I winked at you when he said
yeah,
that.
absolutely. Guys, let's take a break. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick Jibs. What am I doing here? Dispo. How about that? We'll go do Dispo.
You gotta swing it over to me for the Dispo,
very
of
good.
course. Elevate your senses and embrace the harmony of nature at Dispo Dispensary. Whether you're a seasoned connoisseur like D-Mac himself or new to your plant life journey, Dispo has over 10 locations with experienced bud tenders, just like our very own Easy of the Woodward heavyweights, ready to serve your needs. Visit DispoShops.com today. Once again, that is DISPO Shops.com. Dispo, your local plug.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit. But we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
WoodwardSports.com. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards out today. He's at a golf tournament. Tom Mazawey sitting in his seat. We just talked to Calvin Johnson momentarily, but he's in the middle of a golf tournament. Joyke Bell cut us off. We were holding up the group, but we could have talked to him for a long time. But one of the things is, look, it is awesome to see this relationship be repaired. And Mike Dissner, the new COO of the Detroit Lions, is getting all the credit for it and nobody else. And I thought it was kind of a layup to ask him about Sheila.
Especially since he stood next to her last year when they gave him his ring, or 2 years ago, and she was booed mercilessly.
Right.
And, he was like, take it easy, take it easy. I thought their relationship would go from there,
right.
But I don't know if it has.
I mean, totally, honestly, completely, this could be absolutely nothing. He could have been in a hurry trying to get to his next golf shot. I don't know.
Well, he could have said, oh, yeah, she's been great. That's quick. But he didn't.
Right. So, anyway, I don't know. But, and it's great to see that he's had an opportunity to talk to Jamison Williams yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important relationship for Jamison Williams to have.
Yep, and he was excited about the team, of course, the way they finished last year, just like all of us. He thinks it's a good regime going forward. I was hoping I could get more into I was going to follow up with that question and basically say, what's the major difference between, the guy that was on the sideline prior, and that was Jim Caldwell, and the guy that's on there now, and Dan Campbell, obviously the guy in between, Matt Patricia. Luckily, Calvin didn't have to play for. Yeah. I don't think he played for Patricia, right?
He did not play for Patricia. He retired in 2016.
So he did a good thing.
Yeah. There's no doubt. So, but his former head coach, or his former teammate, Dan Campbell, he was, the Lions have ended mini camp yesterday, but I want to use some sound that Dan Campbell had. Yesterday he talked about how he handles relationships with his players, because this is all about relationships.
I love this guy, by the way.
I mean, so Dan Campbell here, he is talking about that.
If you got something on your mind, we'll shut the door and get it off your chest. And because to me, like for me personally, I'm pretty good about, man, I don't hold a grudge. And if I feel like I'm going to, that's why I'm going to get it out to you. I will call you to my office and I'll get it off my chest so that I don't have resentment. And I would expect them to do the same to me.
We talked about this last year, at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year, in terms of the Hard Knocks situation. Remember when, I think it was Dan Skipper, actually sat in front of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and said, have I done everything I can possibly do to make this team? And I think the honesty, and Braylon has talked about this a number of times when it comes to the way Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell handle their business. They tell these players exactly what the expectation is. They tell them exactly what they need to do, goals that need to be reached. And if you don't reach them, you're probably going to be out.
Yeah.
They tell them that, hey, here at DB, it's going to be tough to make. You know what I mean? They're honest with these players, and I think that goes a long way.
Oh, it does. And this guy was a former player, and then he tutelage under Bill Parcells and Sean Payton. I mean, you can't get too much better guys than that to learn your craft from. And he comes over here. He was with the Dolphins as well, and did a nice job with them in the interim. So he had a little bit of experience before he came here. Wasn't a coordinator. We all heard about that. Oh, he's not a coordinator. He's not going to be a good coach. He's a great coach. He's a great leader of men, and he hired the right guys under him to help him. That's what you need. That's what Nathaniel Hackett lacked in Denver last year. He didn't know what he was doing. Halfway through the season, he hired a guy to help him to know what he was doing. It was too late by then. Denver was down the drain. But this team is really, what they say, a 3-year plan. Year one wasn't great, but they were in a lot of games. Remember, they lost on a 63-yard. How long was the field goal? 65-yard field goal, whatever the hell it was. 67 by Justin Tucker. Yeah. You lose games like that, and then the following year you start off slow. You got a lot of injuries. Okuda goes down. Everyone goes down. Receivers go down. You have a skeleton crew. The defense is the worst in the NFL. They're giving up 48 points a game. And then they get it all together, and they finish at 8-2. Probably should have been 9-1. They fell asleep in that Carolina game, and that cost them a playoff spot. I think this year the NFL knows that's why they put them on opening night against the Chiefs. This team's going to be competitive week in and week out, and it's because of Dan Campbell and his coaching staff.
And Taylor Decker feels like that too. He's seen just about every organization this.
Remember poor Jeff Backus?
Yeah.
Taylor, all the wins,
yes.
And then he didn't get a freaking winning season when he was here with the Lions. Barely a winning season.
The Jeff Backus, Taylor Decker feels like he was on the Jeff Backus train.
He does.
Right? Taylor Decker feels like Jeff Backus 2.0, a really, really good player in this league who has just been stuck on miserable Detroit Lions teams. There is a hope, and we believe, and we think it's more than hope, that the Lions are going to be more than good this year, and they will be out of the basement and potentially compete for an NFC division championship, an NFC conference championship, and who knows, maybe even a Super Bowl. But here's Taylor Decker, how healthy he is and how much that helps him into this year too.
It's been a very healthy offseason, which has been nice for a change. I don't feel like I've had a ton of those personally. So to come out of OTAs feeling good, and then to be able to just go into training and not really have to worry about too much damage control, as far as my body's concerned, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. And again, Taylor Decker, talking about all the years of being the butt of all these jokes. And
he's been through a hell of a lot, too. All the operations and all these bad seasons, and he was under Matt Patricia as well. He's got to feel like he's on a Club Med vacation right now with this team. I mean, this team has never been where they are right now looked at. That 2014 team wasn't looked at like, oh, this team's going to win the Super Bowl, but they started getting rolling, and that was a good team, man. That was a really good team. This one is next up, man. I can't wait.
I feel better about this team heading into this season than I did about that 2014 team, though.
We didn't think Super Bowl.
Yeah, no.
We didn't.
And a lot of that, too, had to do with the fact that the NFC was a little bit more stacked back then, too. We talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and maybe the San Francisco 49ers, even though we don't know if they have a quarterback. And now you've got Seattle. Where's Dallas in this mix? There's just so many question marks. But, again, today the news that Dalvin Cook officially has been let go by the Minnesota Vikings further moves everybody's belief into the camp that the Detroit Lions are not only the favorite in the NFC North, but the clear favorite in the NFC North. In the tweet, this is their official tweet the Vikings have released, running back Dalvin Cook. They put out a statement. Dalvin has been an incredible leader for this organization for years, and I quickly noticed how respected he is among everyone in our building. That's the general manager, Adolfo Mensa. He said that. I am fortunate to have been around such an enjoyable, talented, hardworking person over the last year. He's etched his name in Vikings history. Enough with these statements, though. Just cut the guy.
I know, and they have
just cut the guy. It's
4
like,
o'clock. It's official.
It's like, dude, just cut him. Don't tell me thank you. Thank you. Keep me if you know what I mean.
He hasn't been there that long.
Friggin' 27 years old. He's had 4 straight 1,000-yard rushers. Like, what has happened to the running back position in the NFL is crazy.
You're not kidding, man. And he's going to make some team happy. I think he's got a couple of 1,500-yard seasons left in him. I think Miami is going to be hot on his tail. There'll be a few other teams as well, but from what I'm hearing, Miami might be first up on the let's get Dalvin Cook over to South Beach really quick. The guy's got talent. And if you remember, he did fumble.
Talent. He's a top 5 guy in the league.
He fumbled against the Lions last year. Remember, down near the goal line, kind of turned the game around. And he was out a few games, but he never really got that going again. Minnesota kind of didn't use him a lot last year after that. They used Alexander Madison, and they drafted another kid as well. His name escapes me, but supposedly they're going to be using Alexander Madison as their lead back. So all you fantasy football guys out there, he'll be the hot name out on the draft table. But I'm telling you, man, if we didn't have the running backs we had, I would have gotten rid of DeAndre Swift straight up for Dalvin Cook.
I think yesterday I made a mistake. Yesterday I said that the Minnesota Vikings were going to be 8-9. I don't think they win more than 6 games this year.
Wow.
They lost 7 starters.
Yeah.
And did not improve in any one of those areas.
I don't understand it. Why do you do that?
They did not get better. In all 7 starters that they lost.
They saved money. That's it.
That's all they did. They saved money and got younger. I don't think that Alexander Madison, a 7th-round guy, is going to replace Dalvin Cook. And it's not like you have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback here. You need a strong running game.
Yeah.
And what happens if Madison goes down?
Who knows?
Then who's your running back?
13 wins last year. You got him down to half of that.
I got it. Yeah. I mean, and make no mistake about it. I'm fine with it.
Me too.
Because I think this is what is needed for the Detroit Lions to almost, win the friggin' division. But this Minnesota Vikings is a 6-7 win team at most.
I'd hate to be a Viking fan this year because what are they talking about on radio back there and on their YouTube channels? The Viking fans got to be out of their mind saying, what the hell is going on? It's like what the Tigers did to us the last 10 years. Just kept giving people away, cutting people, making bad trades. And it didn't pay off for them. I don't think it'll pay off for the Vikings in the long run. I think you're right?
I think if you are in Minnesota doing sports radio now or whatever you're doing in Minnesota, you are having the same conversation, and they're having the same conversation in Chicago, in Minneapolis, and here in Detroit. For the first time in nearly 3 decades, the Green Bay Packers are going to be quarterbacked by somebody other than Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre.
Yeah. It's something.
There is an opening in this division unlike anything we've had the opportunity to see in almost 3 decades.
Facts.
Why are you getting rid of players? You should be adding players.
Maybe they're all conceding to the Lions. Maybe they're conceding the division to the Lions.
It feels like that, doesn't it?
It does. Probably ain't happening, but it does feel like that. Feels like they're just saying, all right, we're not going to win this year. Detroit, it's just finally Detroit's year. We'll just rebuild and retool and come on back in a couple of seasons. But a 13-win team dismantled, 7 starters gone, including Dalvin Cook. Doesn't make sense to me, but I'm glad I'm a Lions fan finally.
The Green Bay Packers have won 8 of the last 12 division championships in the NFC North division. Minnesota's won 3 of them, and Chicago has won once in the last 12 years.
How many of the Lions won?
0.
I know.
In fact, the Lions have not won the division since 1993.
Yes.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the division back in '99.
I know.
Tampa's been out of the division for 24 plus years.
They invented the South and threw them in the South. They're like, let's just get them out of here. They don't belong in the Central.
I just can't. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing in Minneapolis. Parker, you got something?
Do you think the Vikings are tanking to get Caleb Williams?
I mean, maybe, potentially, but I think because the quarterback position is so readily available now. I mean, every single offseason for the past, 4 years plus, you've had a marquee guy or 2 or 3 on the market. You don't have to come up with the number 1 overall pick to get a franchise quarterback anymore.
Unless they think he is a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, is Caleb Williams the next Patrick Mahomes that you're willing to tank an entire season for? I mean, if you're Tampa Bay and you're doing it organically, I understand that. But if you're Minnesota and you're just coming off a division championship and you've got most of your pieces right there, why would you do anything other than try to add to that?
Well, to have a 13-win team completely dismantled and fall apart probably wouldn't be a first, but I don't remember the last 13-win team that's won a division completely not make the playoffs the following year. And I know there's a few of them out there. I just don't know the last one that happened. 13 wins. That's a lot of wins.
And it's not like this is the Oakland A's here or the Miami Marlins.
Right, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is the NFL. You could adjust. That salary cap is made to be adjusted.
Broken.
Right, you could do anything you want with the salary cap in the NFL, clearly. So I just don't understand it. I'm fine with it because, again, what happened yesterday or what will happen today at 4 o'clock, where Dalvin Cook will be officially waived by the Minnesota Vikings, is just criminal to me on his behalf. And the running back position as a whole, just completely devalued.
Zeke's still looking for a job.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a talented player in high school or move to wide receiver, move to defensive back, you do not want to be a running back unless you are a Jahmyr Gibbs type running back where you're a weapon.
Or a Bijan.
Yeah, I don't even know about Bijan be out of the league. He'll be out.
You're falling out of love with Bijan.
Well, I mean,
that was your guy.
Well, he's my guy in Detroit, but I don't know about in Atlanta. You know, I think he's going to be a good player.
We'll see.
But I think Gibbs is a better player.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what is a better alarm company other than any others?
Yeah, Guardian.
That's right. Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts and have been for over 90 years. When you see this black and yellow sign out in front of your house, it tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people. Well, it means you're backed by the best. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
That's for Jason.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
A lot of guys understand who they are right now. I think they just see that we got a good team put together, a lot of fire, but you got to be able to play with each other and understand who's next to you and behind you, in front of you, and on the sideline.
Like that, you. I got my dog back always. You know
my boy, yeah, boy.
You feel me? I'm out.
Here goes.
Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, talking to the media, had no idea that Tracy Walker was behind him. I'm curious to see how long it will take for that secondary group for the Detroit Lions to mesh. It sounds like everything going all sunshine and rainbows now.
Don't it feel like that? It feels so good, and camp is over. Dan Campbell's going to give him a break. He's got one more week with the rookies, kind of voluntary. But after that, it's like he told the people, he told the players, stay in shape, guys. Come to camp in July in shape. That's all I ask of you. We're first up against the Chiefs. Stay in shape. That's it. And I hope they listen. I think most of them will.
And it's probably, a much different well, I mean, different now, but years ago, these
Yeah, of
players
course.
probably came to camp.
They did.
To get in shape, and now you can't do what you used to do. I mean, the two-a-days and all that banging that they used to do, you can't bang anymore.
Nope. Those days are over.
Yeah, I mean, it's underwear and T-shirts.
That's what he was saying. Who said that the other day? Oh, Jared Goff or something. Said, no, it's easy what we're doing now when we're out here in our pajamas.
Yeah.
Right? So it is what it is. So moving on, man. Also, Jahmyr Gibbs, they chatted with him yesterday. This kid just seems like I don't know if this kid, I don't know if he likes the camera. He's a shy guy. You know what he reminds me of? Barry Sanders. Because Barry Sanders never liked to be in the limelight or be interviewed as well. I remember one time I sidled up to his locker. He was getting changed, just got showered, getting changed. Everyone's around him. And I was like, hey, I had the first question. I'm like, Barry, sorry to bother you. But then he's like, so why are you bothering me? And he smiled. So I'm like, yeah, you got me. You got me. This kid, Jahmyr Gibbs, they asked him, hey, what do you and the rest of your team do after practice?
Well, first, I think I'll play BB, like in Madden or something. And then I'll probably just call my parents or something. So my grandma or somebody like that. But first, I'm playing Madden. I'm playing BB.
And with his man, BB. You know who BB is?
Brian Branch.
Brian Branch, his old teammate from Alabama. So they're kids, man. These are kids.
Something?
And we treat them like, they're superstars already. They're great athletes already. They haven't done anything yet in the pros. We'll see.
Yeah.
This kid seems like he's got his head on right.
No, they absolutely do. And I'm really excited to see how he fits in and what his role will be without Jamison Williams, too, because he will be that athlete role that they have in college, right? I mean, maybe even a Deebo Samuel type player a little bit for the Detroit
They're saying
Lions.
in the 49ers, they're thinking Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel will be the hottest combo in football. And, yeah, Sam Darnold's going to be throwing to him. Sam Darnold might have comeback player of the year written on him this year.
Well, if he doesn't, then that's his
And you got
fault.
CMC in the background, in the backfield.
If he doesn't succeed now,
that's it.
Sayonara.
But I'm going to say
We'll see
right
you
now,
later.
I'm going to tell everyone out there, put a bet on Sam Darnold to win comeback player of the year. I bet you
What
can get
are
some
the
decent.
odds?
I don't know what they are. I'm going to find them.
Why don't you take a look at that and
I
then
could.
see what they are?
Well, I can't do it right
No,
now.
you
I'm on the
can't
show
do it right now. I don't want you
But
to do it right now.
the chat could do it for us.
Yeah, maybe the chat
JB could do it for us.
Yeah, well, JB's busy right now.
Oh, yeah,
and
he's
he's got
fine.
all these things.
He's got Sheila buttons to push.
going on. Okay, one more Lions situation I want to bring your attention
Thank you.
to. I absolutely love these videos. How many times have you wanted to be in an NFL war room on draft night?
My whole life.
Exactly. And I ultimately think that, you do all these charity events and charity auctions, and if they ever auctioned off an opportunity to sit in an NFL war room on draft night, that would be the most expensive item ever sold anywhere.
I bet you're right.
I think so. Well, teams and the league are starting to put out some videos of how intense it gets on draft night and some phone calls that transpire to get deals done. So this is the Arizona Cardinals deal.
I love this guy, by the way.
I love
this guy.
His intensity is so great. And who's the head coach?
Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon.
Brand new.
The defensive coordinator from the Eagles. He came over and is now the head coach. And just
Correct.
the way he's sitting next to Michael Bidwell.
And he's looking up. He's
he's
looking
like,
up.
wow.
Yeah, he's looking up at
Wow.
Monty Ossenfort, who was the new GM of the Arizona Cardinals, and he's like, wow, I want to be you when I grow up, basically.
So here's the video. Monty Ossenfort, he's the general manager of the Arizona Cardinals. And what you're going to see here is a phone call. He's working the phones with teams trying to trade back up. So he originally traded out of 3.
Correct.
To Houston.
To 12.
And now he's at 12. And he's making calls between Atlanta at 8, Las Vegas at 7, and Detroit at 6. Here it is.
This is awesome.
Okay, so we're back at 12 now. We want to come up to 7 possibly. Okay, you're either picking or you're gonna listen to what I got. Okay, all right, I'll look at it. Thanks. Okay, so 12 to 5. Right, Vegas up there, so I know. Just keep these separate. And then let's start brewing up below that. Atlanta. It's going to be something similar down below. How much time? 7. Okay. So 12 to 6 for 12 and 34 for 6 and something late. See if he comes back. Hey, bud, how's it looking? You're gonna pick? Anything I can do? Okay, thanks, bud. See Al's picking. Hey, bud, what's did that? What we're thinking? Yeah, let me put some together here. Okay. Okay, so, hey, on this Vegas deal now, talk to me about this Vegas deal. Is that an even deal? Hey, so here's what it looks like. What deal do we like better, the Detroit deal or the Vegas deal? Hey, bud, how are you? You guys picking here, or what are you thinking? Yeah, I think we'd do 34, and then we'd need something back. No, we wouldn't do a 24-1. No. Why don't you just take a look at what it would be? Okay, thanks. Detroit. Hey. Okay, so 12, go ahead. 12, 34, and 168 for 6 and 81. Okay, call it in. Thanks, Brad. Yeah!
How cool is that?
How great is that? And you know what? They should be hugging because they feel like they got the players they wanted.
Yep.
And the Lions feel like they got the players they wanted. Remember the story, and a lot of people, on Twitter were like, oh, I'd love to see the Lions version of this call. What did Brad Holmes want? Brad Holmes, obviously, and you heard him there, asked for a 24 first-round pick.
And he said, no,
pick
we're
in
not
24.
doing that.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. But the Lions got Sam Laporta with that 34th overall pick and Jahmyr Gibbs at 12.
And the Cards got Paris Johnson.
That's
at
right.
6.
That's absolutely right. And then they got B.J. Olu, the edge rusher from LSU, at 41. So the point of the story is that the Lions, if you'll remember, that report that said they had 4 players with first-round grades on them.
Yep.
They had 5 players with first-round grades on them. They drafted 4 of them.
I know. Amazing.
No, I'm sorry. They had
They got all their number ones.
They had 14 players with first-round grades on them, and they've drafted 4 players that had 4 of the 14.
And in their top 3 rounds, they got 4 players.
Yeah. Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Correct.
4
They all
of the
had
14.
first-round picks.
Yeah.
First-round grades.
That's how it's done, man. And
there's another video if you guys want to go on and watch it. The Cardinals, how they traded with Houston. That was great as well. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff out there on Twitter if you find it. Thanks, by the way, to Arizona Cardinals and Ari Mayroff, our good friend from the 33rd team, for putting that out.
Ari Mayroff tweeted out the video of Arizona and Monty Ossenfort's call with Houston as well. And a lot of these, and you saw that guy writing on the whiteboard, he's got that chart in front of him. He wants to say, oh, this is even, this is even, this is even, this is even. So that, too, was cool, that you have so much faith in and think about this. We talk for months here on our shows about trades, potential trades. And he's sitting there. How much time we got?
Yeah.
How much time we got?
Wow.
6 minutes? 6 minutes this is getting.
Listen to me. When I'm doing a fantasy draft and I hear the ticking of the clock, and then when the music comes on and you got the last 10 seconds, I'm choking to death. I don't know who the hell to pick. Okay, I'll just take him. How do these guys do it, man? It's so freaking awesome. So awesome.
Yeah, and I
love this league.
Some of the guys that are able to sit in the chair and be all cool and calm. This guy's pacing sweating his ass off.
He reminds me of a cooler looking Adam Silver.
Yeah.
About the awesome four.
Oh man, pretty incredible stuff. So wanted to play that for you, but again, yeah, Brad Holmes did ask for that 24
number one. Can you imagine if they got that?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had Laporta though.
No, you wouldn't, and I think Detroit fans would have been okay with that probably.
Yeah, because we would have had a top 3 or top 4 pick next season because the Cardinals are tanking.
That's absolutely true.
Yep.
That's absolutely true.
How awesome would that have been?
Yeah,
Lions on the clock in the top 5 again.
Some of the guys in the YouTube chat, Burgosaurus fooled him. A Lions Planet, that was kind of cool. He wanted Devin Witherspoon. Witherspoon would have been sick. I didn't want Witherspoon.
Seattle jumped him. They loved him. He wasn't getting by Seattle.
Dan Flea says Ryan interacts with us sometimes. What's up, Todd? What's up, Dan? Caleb Williams would have been a Lion if they would have gotten the 24 number 1 overall.
He ain't
pick.
getting by the Cardinals either. The Cardinals will take him next year.
Yeah. Or
then again, maybe not.
Maybe the Bucks
Kyler
will.
Murray. Yep.
Yeah, maybe the Bucks will. So
who knows?
Good stuff there. Hey, I want to talk a little college football before we jump back to the NFL,
Sure.
if we could. Major news regarding college football. And the Big Ten came out yesterday after our show. We're going to get to that now. No more divisions.
Is that official?
That's not official, but it is official, but unofficially
So
official.
1 through 16.
1 through 16. Who are your top 2?
Oh, my God.
Let's go. We'll be right back. But first, a message from Big Boy.
Yes, sir. It's Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. You know what time it is. That's right. Try the classic breakfast items like the strawberry hot cakes or the mouth-watering red velvet waffle. If you want some lunch, how about the strawberry bacon chicken wrap, or cool off with the refreshing summer splash salad? And don't you leave without those desserts.
It is official, by the way.
Oh, good. The classic strawberry pie. Get a little whipped cream on that. The deep-fried vanilla Oreo and the strawberry hot fudge cake, plus Ryan's favorite, the Big Boy itself.
Ooh,
Lukey and Ryan's favorite place is Big Boy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, hour number 2 of the program, Woodward Sports on YouTube. And head over to woodwardsports.com for all the latest news, articles, updates, show clips, and merchandise. Tom Mazawey just made a major mistake. So he's sitting over here, and he crumbles up some paper, and he says, point to the trash.
I can't see it.
I point over here.
And I go.
Maz makes the first balled up paper. And you know what he did? Kept shooting. Greed.
I wanted to point at the camera like you did back at the day last year.
Greed, ladies and gentlemen. It'll get you every time.
Sorry, man.
I want to talk some college football now. So here we go. The Big Ten unveiled their plan for 24 and 25. I'm talking about the seasons 2024 and 2025, in which they have the arrival of USC and UCLA. That takes the league to 16 schools. There will be no divisions any longer. No more divisions. No leaders, no legends, no East, no West, no nothing. There's going to be 11 protected games, and it's not even, okay? It's not even, and that's okay if you ask me. So the protected games, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Iowa. Nebraska, Iowa. Iowa's got a lot of protections. Maryland, Rutgers, because the world needs to see that.
They were the last two in.
Yeah, Indiana, Purdue, Illinois, Purdue, Illinois, Northwestern, and then, of course, USC, UCLA. You see the home and away schedules in 2024 and 2025.
Why is Illinois and Purdue something?
I just don't know.
It's Indiana, Illinois.
I just don't know what their history is.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I forget. I don't know what they play for.
Yeah, I don't know if it matters, but I don't know what their history is.
Whatever.
And I am here for it. And I know a lot of people complaining about no divisions. I think this is the absolute best way to determine who should be playing in any conference championship game. And you know what? If it's Michigan, Ohio State in the final game of the regular season, and then you play again next week in the Big Ten championship game, so be it. And oh, by the way, if one and I've heard this argument, well, what about the college football playoff? What if you have a guaranteed 2 teams in, and then you play back-to-back weeks,
and one of them loses,
and one of them, then you don't belong in the college football playoff.
I don't know if I liked it.
If you are a team that loses to the same team twice, you shouldn't be in any playoff. Not in college football.
I'd say more than likely.
I'm totally fine with this.
They're going to split.
Fine, then that's good. Split, and then maybe third time's a charm in a national championship game. I'm totally fine with it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's got to be a better way. I don't want to see back-to-back Michigan State, Ohio State games. Ohio State
the
games.
better way is to eliminate conference championship games.
Okay, I'm for that. Yeah. Completely, I'm for that.
The better way is to
I'd rather just play the playoffs.
Yes.
Once you're done with the regular season, it's playoffs.
Yes.
Now, I know the playoffs don't start till the following year. Right? Is it 2025?
24.
So next
This
year
is the last year of the 14 playoff.
Okay. So then maybe they will eliminate the championship game.
I don't believe they will eliminate the.
Well, then that's stupid.
Yeah.
As Mike Tyson would say, that's so stupid.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
that's a killer. It is. I don't want to see back-to-back games. I already beat them at Michigan. I don't want to go play in Indianapolis and give them a chance indoors to beat us. And vice versa.
Okay, then here's a better option. You don't want to play Ohio State again? Have one of the other 15 teams be good.
They will be.
If Ohio State doesn't want to beat Michigan 2 games in a row, have one of the other 15 teams be good. Just because my team is good and your team is good doesn't mean we should penalize ourselves in our own rivalries. Just because your team sucks, I'm not moving the game. I'm not moving the game. I'm not moving to the first game of the year. I'm not moving to the middle of the season. We're playing the last game of the year. That's where it is. That's where it always is. That's where it's always going to be. If you don't want to see Michigan and Ohio State play 2 weeks in a row, if you don't want to see that as a college football fan, take it up with your own team. Take it up with your own team. Whether it's Michigan State, Wisconsin, Iowa, Purdue, Illinois, USC, UCLA, or whoever else. If you don't want to see Michigan, Ohio State in back-to-back weeks, take it up with your own team.
USC and UCLA will play the last week of the year as well. So Michigan will probably have the noon game, and then UCLA, USC will probably have the 4 or 7 o'clock game that night. So maybe that game will mean something. Maybe that game, let's say Michigan does beat Ohio State, right? Let's just say that. And then USC is 3rd right now, and UCLA is 4th. If USC dumps UCLA, maybe they jump over Ohio State. What's the deal if they have the same record? Who gets the tiebreaker? Because you're playing different schedules. What's to say Michigan's playing 5 really good Big Ten teams, and USC is playing only 3 good teams?
We ain't scared.
I know we ain't scared.
We ain't scared.
But I'm saying that it's really, there's got to be I don't know. I don't know of the better way, but there's got to be a better way because half of these teams in the Big Ten, 8 of them, they suck.
I understand.
They suck.
I fully understand what you're saying. Why should Michigan have to be protected against Ohio State and Michigan State?
Yes.
And Purdue gets Indiana, Iowa, and Maryland.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't bother me none. It don't bother me none.
You
know
ain't
why?
scared.
I ain't scared. We ain't scared.
You sound like Jim Schwartz.
Put the team in front of you, win the game, move on. Put the team in front of you, win the game, move on.
How many times they got to beat dead ass?
Right, absolutely. Seriously, quit crying, quit complaining. Go win the game.
All right, let me come over.
Here's the greatest thing in the world, okay? This always chaps me. How many people out there are so offended at Michigan's non-conference schedule? Oh, the non-conference is so bad. Oh, my gosh, they're playing Arkansas State. I mean, I don't even know who they're playing. Bowling Green. And then, for all the people that say Michigan's schedule is so easy and such a joke, and then you say, oh, well, it's not fair. You got to play hard games. I mean, come on. Which way do you want it?
You have a better copy than me. Go to the Michigan schedule, the 2024 schedule, because mine got deleted a little. We lead off. You got Illinois.
This is 2024.
These are the away games: Illinois, Ohio State, Rutgers, USC, and who else in the black?
Well, it's not. It's like open.
Okay.
Yes.
So they got 4 away games.
Because you got 4 away games, 5 home games.
Okay.
And then in 25, you have
the other
4
way.
home games, 5 away games.
Got it.
Does that make sense
yes.
to you?
So the home games are Maryland, MSU, Minnesota, UCLA, and Wisconsin.
Yes.
So they get USC and UCLA this next year. Michigan State doesn't get either of them, but they swapped in 2025. Michigan doesn't play USC or UCLA in 2025.
Yeah, they
but
do.
Michigan State does.
They play. Michigan plays UCLA at home in 25. They don't play USC at home or on the road.
I don't see it on mine.
It's the very last line. UCLA here at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there you go. There's a better instance there.
At the bottom, that's Minnesota playing UCLA. Michigan has the top of that sheet. You see the top of the sheet? It's Michigan.
Okay, very good. It's
Purdue is the end.
Maybe
of that sheet.
Maybe. Oh yeah, you're right.
So
yes.
they don't play them in 2025.
Okay, very
Michigan
good.
State does.
Very good.
Okay.
Very.
But there's a better look for you guys.
Yeah. Either
the
way,
Michigan
it's
schedule.
fine. Give me the team. Give me the
you
team.
ain't scared.
I'm not. Listen.
Let me see if anyone in the panel here is scared.
Listen. You can't complain that Michigan's got such an easy schedule, and then when they have to play a harder schedule, say the schedule is too hard. You play who's in front of you. If it's Bowling Green, it's Bowling Green. If it's at USC, it's at USC. Enough with the complaining.
Okay.
Not you.
I know.
I'm saying you in general. You figure out what you want. It's fine.
A lot of these games will be nationally televised games, that I know.
Every Michigan game is nationally televised.
Are you ready for this year?
Am I ready for this year?
With the new video boards and everything? Are you going to go? Are you going to go to a lot of games?
Oh, man, I'll be there every week.
Big house?
I'll be there every week except for the night game.
The night game, of course.
I will not be at any
I'll
night
take your
game.
tickets for that
You
game.
will not catch me dead at a night game at Michigan.
I already told Drew Lane that I get his night game because he don't go out at night
No,
either.
he ain't going out.
He ain't
That's
going
why
out
Drew
at
and I get along.
There you go.
The only sane people in the business. I mean, it's crazy out there.
No one's
What's going
crazier
on
than
with
me
these
tonight,
people.
though.
Oh, you're
I'm taking my
crazy.
life in my own hands.
Maz, you're crazy.
Guys,
I can't even
really,
understand.
should I really go downtown tonight?
I think it's a mistake.
I want to see the Tigers. I do. It's beautiful
Are
out.
you going to leave early? Or are you going to stay for the fireworks?
No, I'll get out of there. I'm not taking a date. I'll be on my own.
How many people are going to think tonight that the fireworks are for Taylor Swift?
Probably everyone that's standing outside Ford Field will think that. You know they're standing outside Ford Field thinking they're going to hear the concert?
I know.
Because did you see how many people were outside in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Outside the link?
Ford Field had to put out a statement saying,
We're not
do
playing-
not
yeah.
gather outside the stadium.
You're not going to hear it.
Do not gather outside the stadium. And there was over 100,000 people in Florida as well.
Because it's an outdoor stadium.
Outdoor stadium.
I used to do that for Bruce when he'd come to the Meadowlands and play at Giant Stadium. First of all, I went to a lot of those concerts, but a lot of them we just sit in the parking lot and hang out and listen.
It feels like it'd be a more mammoth thing at a football stadium than it is at a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Though I would think it's better out. You have a better opportunity to stand outside a baseball stadium
I
and
know.
hear it than a football stadium.
But the Tigers got it this week.
Yeah, either way, really
Taylor
fun stuff.
don't want 38,000.
Yeah.
She wants 90,000.
Right.
And that's what she's going to
No
get.
doubt. 90,000, 2,500 a pop.
Isn't that something?
But first, the message. I hate how concerts have become for the wealthy.
I want to look
only.
right now and see how much they cost.
Yeah. You can sit behind the stage for $1,500.
Still today?
Yes, today. I looked at 9 a.m. anyway.
I'm looking right now.
You can sit behind the stage for $1,500.
I don't care. Let's get me in.
Oh gosh.
For 100.
Guys, let me tell you about my friends at Fairway Packing Company. The Barada family has been serving Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and fine dining establishments with the finest ribeyes, New York strips, tomahawks, and porterhouses for over 60 years. You can get your hands on these now individually, vacuum sealed, vacuum packed, perfectly cut steaks at the Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. We are going to be broadcasting live out there next Friday, 1 week from today. We'll be out there from 11 to 4, starting with Big D Energy. It is on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods at the Fairway Packing Steak Shop. We'd love to see you out there. Want a big crowd for that. Also, you can get your Father's Day steaks. Visit fairwaypacking.com. Fairwaypacking.com. Cut, sourced, aged, packed to perfection.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
So, Tom Mazawey, what do you got over there, bud? Let me have it. Let me hear it.
It's horrible. It's worse than you would think, Ryan.
Okay, give it to me.
First of all, I'm on StubHub, and I searched for one ticket for tonight. Just one. So when you do that, one ticket is hard to find usually. So I'll do one, then I did 2 tickets. One ticket, here you go. Section 100, row 32.
Mm-hmm.
Limited or obstructed view, $1,804. Section 520, which is in the sky behind the other goalposts. Partial suite, $1,804, one ticket. Section 101, $1,823. The lowest that you can go, I go to filters because I want to search the lowest price. Instead of hitting lowest price, the only thing you could hit is under $1,800. I'm going to hit that now. You ready? You want to know what pops up? No listings for under $1,800.
I know.
0 listings for under $1,800 for Taylor Swift tonight. And the Tigers are playing right next door. And from what I understand, she goes on the stage like at 7 o'clock. So I'm screwed. If I wasn't already there at Comerica, I think I'm screwed.
I actually feel bad for Tigers fans
Me
tonight.
too.
And the reason why I feel bad for Tigers fans is there is, you look at the schedule when you get it. You're going to see the Atlanta Braves. They won the World Series a couple of years ago. Did they win last year or a couple of years ago?
Two years ago. Diamondbacks are here tonight.
But, you never
Second best record in the National League.
You never see the Atlanta Braves. So you're like, oh, let me go see the Atlanta Braves. Let me buy a ticket for the Atlanta Braves. And then it happens to be the Taylor Swift night. So you're going to go pay $80 to park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least.
And
you're not even near the stadium.
Right. So I hate that.
Me too.
Hate that.
Do you think they're going to hold like media parking or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Especially if they could fill that garage with non-media members and charge $100 to park there.
I'll tell you this.
That's what's going to happen.
I'll tell you this. There'll be a lot of police out writing parking tickets tonight. I'll guarantee they're writing parking tickets tonight. Be careful where you're parking. If you're listening and you're on your way down to Comerica Park, be careful because those little parking meter maids will be after us tonight, big time.
No doubt. Hey, Tom Mazawey, shall we go around the NFL with some news and notes around the league?
Let's do it. Let's start it off with, well, the guy we talked about almost every day, and that's D-Hop. That's right. Where's he going to go? Well, he's going to visit the Titans. Now they say he is going to visit the Patriots because he has a special relationship back in the day with Bill O'Brien, who used to coach the Texans.
You know, it's so funny. Somebody tweeted out, and forgive me that I'm not giving you the proper credit, whoever it is, but I saw this on Twitter, and they put the video of DeAndre Hopkins having a Megatron-type catch where he goes up over 6 people and catches a ball, one hand behind him, does a flip, yada, yada. And then they just put, but Lions fans say, nah, I'm good. You know, I mean.
Absolutely.
You got
our guy took it right off the sheet his own way and made it into the Hall of Fame. He wasn't looking for a team at the end of his career.
What I'm saying is you got a guy there that could really probably help you. You've got the money, and you are in go-for-it mode, man. This guy can't help you?
Come on.
This guy can't help you a little bit? I mean, and he's a pro, too. I mean, you wouldn't want him.
His drop rate is the lowest, right? We talked about that.
The lowest since 2000.
Yeah, unbelievable. And who's second? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You say, no, I'm good. I don't need D-Hop. We're good. I don't know, man. It just feels like it's just out there. This is the difference between Super Bowl contending teams and teams that are kind of just happy to be around. I think, you've got teams like the Rams that go for it and they sign Odell Beckham Jr. You've got teams like the Buffalo Bills that go for it when they signed Von Miller. Now, it didn't work out. Von Miller got hurt. But there's that one player. It does feel like the Lions might be that they're one player away. Be it on the defensive end or
if you remember Von Miller, he got hurt at Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Ever since that day, the Bills went right down the tube. So it might have worked, right? It might have worked. The Lions just don't go out and sign big names. It's been their history. You would think it's different now because you got different guys there, but I think they like doing it their way through the draft, keeping their guys. Remember they were going to run back that 3-win team?
Yes.
We're going to run it back. Let's run it back.
3-13-1. Let's run it back.
It kind of worked.
Hey, by the way, if you are watching on YouTube, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? I'd like to get to over 100 likes by the end of this segment. That would be awesome.
Let's do it. All right, let's talk about the preseason in the NFL because the schedule came out for the national televised games. A couple of them that you want to know. The Hall of Fame game, August 3rd. It's the Jets and the Browns from, of course, Cooperstown, from, of course, Ohio. Where the hell's the Super Bowl? Where the hell's the Hall of Fame? Ohio?
Canton, Ohio.
Canton, thank you. I don't know why it runs out of my head there. And the Lions get a national televised game. They get a night game. Panthers and the Lions on CBS, and that will be on August 25th. That's the final preseason game. That'll be the big one where people are going to make their jobs or lose their job because if you know, the new rule is they don't have to make any big cuts till after that game.
I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like the Lions are on national television every preseason.
You think?
At least 1 week. I feel like they always, whether it's
that's
with
because
the
they weren't going to be on national TV in the regular
season.
season.
I don't understand it. I don't understand. My buddy Todd Sane says, think they're still a year away from that mode, being the one player away.
Todd.
So, yeah, interesting stuff. Hey, speaking of the Lions and preseason games. And
Todd.
There he is.
I don't know why I'm thinking about this now, but did you see what Julian Edelman said.
I didn't. I try not to listen to whatever he says.
Julian Edelman is like irate at the NFL that they have all these turf stadiums.
Oh,
and he said,
he's one of them.
I tore my ACL at the crap turf in Detroit.
Ooh.
And just ripped on the turf in Detroit and how bad it was.
Well, it's new this year.
Yeah, it is new this year because it's been such crap.
I'm glad we took Edelman out, though.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
Good for you,
Good
Jack.
for you,
I'm
Jack.
really
Take
glad,
a walk, Edelman.
I'm really glad.
I didn't watch his 30 for 30, by the way.
Really
His
glad you
football
take
life.
joy in people getting hurt.
Yep, take a walk.
Yep.
All right,
Very
here you
good.
go. Andy Reid. Who doesn't love Andy Reid? Everybody loves Andy Reid.
Everybody loves
Well,
Andy
his
Reid.
Chiefs were at the White House. You saw that. Remember when Patrick Mahomes came and took the mic away from Travis Kelce just in the nick of time? But what did the Super Bowl champions eat, Andy?
Andy, you mentioned how the food was excellent at the White House. Can you give specifics as to what was all involved in the spread?
Yeah, so they did have some good stuff. They had a grill. I've never had this before. So a French toast, grilled cheese, and ham sandwich that they sprinkled a little bit of powdered sugar on. I mean, it was phenomenal. The guys were, and there was abundance of this, and then they had chicken fingers, exotic chicken fingers to boot, and then maybe the best part was they had, which I hadn't seen before, but little bite-sized squares of the heart of the watermelon. So whoever, my hat went off to the chef. I went back and talked to him. I mean, I just go, you guys are unbelievable. I mean, whoever cut all of that out and had the patience to do that, that goes off to him.
All right.
I just love that guy. That's me as an NFL head coach. That's me.
So who had it better, the French toast, ham and cheese sandwich, or remember when Alabama won it and I
Did
think
they
it
have
was
McDonald's?
Alabama. They had all the McDonald's.
We got McDonald's
laid out.
Cold McDonald's just don't do it for me.
Man.
If they were steaming, piping hot,
They had to be cold.
They had to
didn't
be
they?
cold. That's gross.
I mean, oh.
But the watermelon that he's describing, oh my God.
Seeds or no seeds?
No seeds.
No seeds.
Didn't I tell you? Well, you might not have been here
No,
that
I
day.
think we were talking about it. We were
I
talking about
bought the seedless watermelon and it had seeds in it. I was pissed.
Crime.
It is a crime.
Now, I'm not that big of a sweet guy.
That's
but
fine.
People insist that watermelon with seeds is
I don't give a damn.
completely.
No.
That tastes better.
I
it's
disagree.
more sweet.
It might be.
I'm into the convenience.
Me too.
I'd rather the convenience. I'd rather it taste less good, but be more convenient.
Braylon says it's fake. The seedless watermelon is pumped with all kinds of stuff to take the seeds out. I don't know how they do it, and I don't care how they do it. Give me the seedless watermelon.
We'll go more around the NFL next, but first a message from Randy Wise.
Oh, Randy Watson. Randy Wise. Let's go. How would you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Darren McCarty, and Braylon Edwards coach in golf with guys just like us, the average Joe? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you'll be able to do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. You see our commercial every day when we open the show. Make the wise choice. Pay attention to Woodward Sports more for more information coming soon on how to golf like a celebrity.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Tom Mazawey is trying to figure out how long it's going to take him to get from Birmingham here where we are at 15 and Woodward in Birmingham.
Right now, 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Right now.
How long would it normally be?
It takes me 20 minutes to get there.
20 minutes.
25
so it's already
minutes.
double the
25
time.
at most.
And on a Friday afternoon, that is not like there is virtually no traffic on a Friday afternoon.
If I leave right now, I'm there at 4:05 in the afternoon.
Get out of here.
Yeah, unless you're watching this tonight, then it means nothing to you.
Then it means nothing to
Absolutely.
you at that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, it looks like I got my work cut out for me.
No doubt.
But I'm going.
Yeah, good for you, Jack.
If I have to turn around, I turn around.
Very good, Jack.
What are you doing tonight?
Me? I'm going to a restaurant called Hook.
Oh, my daughter Abby works
in
there.
St. Clair Shores. My good friend Bobby Nara, Chef Bobby.
Oh, Chef Bobby.
He's a partner
Who's better
there,
than
and
him?
he's got the kitchen all good, so we're going to Hook tonight.
Kathy and I were there last weekend. We were lucky enough to be invited by my daughter on Friends and Family weekend, and it was off the hook. So get on down to St. Clair Shores, Emerald. What's that? Emerald Pier. That's where it's at.
So anytime I hear the word Hook, I think of The Hook.
I know. What a show.
Oh, man.
We were waiting for you.
Oh, man.
We were waiting for you.
Yeah,
Me and Mac were waiting for you. We put
man.
Pilar in the middle. We did the best we could.
Good for you, Jack.
That's right. We had some fun.
Let's continue to go around the NFL.
Let's do it.
George Kittle, huh?
Not yet.
Oh.
I'm not ready for George Kittle yet.
Oh, no, you're not.
I'm ready for another White House visit. Guess who's going to the White House?
Yeah, baby.
The Ferris State Bulldogs, the Division II champion Ferris State Bulldogs are the first Division II team to be invited to the White House. How cool is that?
So
Tony Anise, head coach.
Oh, man. How cool.
Isn't that great?
Wow. I didn't realize that. That is pretty special.
First time. So congrats to Ferris State and great football program.
Do we know when that date is?
I don't.
I knew you didn't.
I do
That's
not.
why I asked you the question.
That's fine.
Put you on the spot.
Maybe next year Grand Valley will make it because that's a great rival of Ferris State.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Wayne State will make
Wayne
it
State
under
might come on back.
Tyrone Wheatley.
Yep, Ty Wheatley. That's going to be our guy, by the way, this
Boy,
year.
I'll tell you,
We're going to talk to Ty this year.
I felt old when Joik Bell told us that his kid was going to Wayne State next year.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Dang, man. Crazy.
It's time.
Yep.
Hey, talking about George Kittle, I'll bring him up right now. George Kittle is, he's heaping up some love for Trey Lance, saying he is a completely different guy this year.
Well, he better be.
So that makes me think, how bad was he?
Yeah. Yeah. For him to be completely different?
Yeah.
For him to be completely, I was like, did we just go off the air there for a minute? Yeah, for him to be completely different, I don't know. I hope the kid plays well. I mean, you think of the San Francisco 49ers. Could they have taken Mac Jones? You know, could they have taken anybody other than
Trey Lance? And they gave up the farm for him.
Yeah.
3 number 1 picks.
Wow.
Future number 1 picks to go and take that kid. So we'll see how he turns out. But
Yeah,
moving
absolutely.
on, there's a guy out there that might interest. Well, they always pick up the
They don't
Lions
need him.
because it always interests us. We
They don't need him.
We want everybody that's being shopped.
I don't want Chase Young.
You don't want
actually.
Chase Young?
No, I
Chase
don't.
Young is on the market, folks. Washington is shopping Chase Young. Yeah, he hasn't lived up to his abilities. He's been injured. Last year was a bad knee injury, hard to come back from. But Braylon always says, it's just an ACL. He'll come back, no sweat. So Chase Young's on the market.
Well, I mean, I think
If you can get him for like a 5th-round pick, you don't want him?
Well, sure, if you can get him for a 5th-round pick, but I don't think he'd want to come here
Why
and
not?
compete for time. I mean, the Lions are pretty stacked at that defensive end position between Hutchinson, Houston, Pascal, Okwara. I mean, they got some guys there. They
Yeah.
got some
They
some
do.
dogs there on the
They do.
edges. You
They
know?
do. But why not bring a guy in like that, Chase Young, with all that ability that he had? He was talk about a dog. He was unbelievable in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No doubt.
Jets. They hope to have a deal with their dog, Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is looking for big money, folks. But Robert Saleh thinks that they will have a deal done by training camp.
Robert Saleh, baby. Well, they better have a deal done because this is one of the probably, I would say, a top 5 defensive player in this league. Would you agree with that, Tom Mazawey?
Absolutely. No
top
question.
5 defensive player in
No
this
question.
league. And for all the talk of how good the Jets will be this year, it starts and ends with him on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, Sauce Gardner's a really good player. It's a lot easier to be a good player on the back end of the defense if you've got somebody getting after the quarterback and making that quarterback really uncomfortable back there in the pocket.
I know Aaron Rodgers will love him to stay a Jet as well. Jets
They'll stay a Jet. They'll figure it out.
Jets could be a great story
They
this
will
year.
absolutely figure it out.
It could be a disaster as
Yeah,
well. Hey, last
absolutely.
one before we get to the Tigers and Alavila, because Alavila was on a great he was on a podcast, and you guys got to hear what he had to say. I'm going to talk about the Vikings again. You know they paid off their beautiful stadium already, U.S. Bank. They paid it off. They saved the Minnesota taxpayers $226 million in interest.
Good for them.
Isn't that cool? Because usually it is owners put their hands out to their state. Give us money. Help us build the stadium. And they kind of kick back. I think that's pretty cool.
And now they take every dollar.
That's right.
Now they take every dollar. Nothing goes to the city. They take every dollar made from that stadium. I wanted to get to this next one too, Tom. The Ravens tight end Mark Andrews.
Yeah, sure.
And what he thinks of his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. His balls are incredible. He's talking about his footballs. And he's putting the balls on the money. He's talking about his footballs there and
You
the
think?
throws. That he has there, but it's kind of a funny quote if you ask me. But Mark Andrews is probably happy that he's not the only receiver to be able to be in a spot to catch the ball. How good can Mark Andrews be now with the addition of a couple NFL caliber wide receivers?
As long as they stay healthy.
Zay Flowers, first round pick of the draft, and Odell Beckham Jr.
And Rashad Bateman.
That might not be a bad spot for D-Hop either.
That might not be a bad spot.
With you.
Can you see Dallas still sticking their hand out for him?
Yes. That sounds
Wear
like a
the
very
star.
Jerry Jones thing to do.
If I were D-Hop, I'd want to wear the star.
Especially,
who wouldn't want to wear the star?
Especially going back to Houston, going back to Texas, where you began your career in Houston. And again, make light of this all you want. I'd want to play in Texas or Florida.
Yep.
If
Save
I
that
was
money.
a professional athlete, there's no state tax.
I
There's
saw
no state income tax.
I forgot who they put up a contract the other day, and the guy was making like $35 million. It was a basketball player, but by the time he was done paying taxes, he cleared
19?
No, under.
Really?
Yes, under $15 million he took home.
Where'd he play? New York,
I
California?
forget, not one of the states that you should play in.
Right.
But that's terrible.
I would never want to play in New York or California.
It was Jamal Murray.
Jamal
Murray.
Yeah.
Thank you. How much was he making? Do you remember?
It was $13.4 million.
That's what he took home.
Disgusting.
It was like there was a bunch of fees on top of like state taxes, federal taxes, league fees.
There was a wacky tax too, like an athletic tax or something.
there was like a
jock tax, something like
I
that.
would never want to play in a state like that.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Well, not really.
I know. Why? Why?
I mean, well, how much time you got?
Not enough.
How much time you want me to explain?
Is Trump in jail yet? Are we going to have the first presidential election with a guy in jail?
Oh, God. How much time you got, man? Let me explain the American tax code.
Lock me up.
Let me explain the American tax code to you. My goodness.
Don't affect me. I'm broke. Don't matter to me.
Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, you'll hear from Al Avila justify his trades.
You want to hear this?
Justify his trades. But first, a message from Les Stanford, Chevrolet Cadillac, Buick GMC. That's right. Les Stanford has expanded into Ferndale, a trusted name for over 55 years. Les Stanford, Buick GMC. Same great service that customers have come to know. You can go check them out on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. Of course, looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, Les Stanford in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue, where it's been for over 55 years. You can find the brand you want under one umbrella, LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Find new roads.
Find them.
You're fired.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Oh, man, having some fun on a Friday. Braylon Edwards out today. He's involved in a golf tournament.
He's having more fun.
Darren McCarty involved in a golf tournament. Calvin Johnson in a golf tournament. Joyke Bell in a golf tournament today. It's just one of those times of the year, Tom Mazawey, that you love. There's D-Mac today with Calvin.
Hey,
that
Mac.
was in advance of our interview. We did interview Calvin Johnson today.
For about a minute.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
For about 3 minutes.
Thanks,
before
George.
he had to take a golf shot. But he did come on with us.
He did.
So that's great.
That's a win.
Great. Yeah, that's
a win.
good stuff.
Whatever.
Very good. Tom Mazawey, Al Avila talking.
He did. First of all, talk about the Tigers. You know the scoop. Tigers have been inconsequential since 2014's playoff against the Orioles when they got swept out of the playoffs. They haven't been the same since. Al Avila really not given much of a chance with the team. But the guys he brought in here, the guys he drafted, has not worked out. So he went on a podcast today with the Todd father, Todd Frazier. And Todd Frazier, the name of it is, let me find it, Foul
Todd
Territory. The Foul Territory podcast. And Todd asked Al about his time in Detroit. Give it a listen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're around this game long enough, you're gonna have some of those that you regret for sure. Obviously, we had some that we were very happy with, like Danny Norris for Reese Olson or Castellanos for Alex Lang and Shane Green for Joey Wentz. Those three guys right now are in the big league club. Those are not, those were good trades. The ones that that you feel that obviously didn't work out too well. As far as when we traded Paredes for Meadows hasn't been on the roster now. Last year and this year, and Paredes is doing very well for Tampa. So that's obviously a really tough one to take. But there's other ones that don't go as well, but you did the best you could. And I'll give you a perfect example on the Justin Verlander one. With Verlander, we got actually a pretty good return. And if you look back at that trade at that time and the players that we got back, now the only one that's on the team right now is Jake Rogers, the catcher. But that was a pretty good return that just didn't turn out to be very good. But you get the situation, which is what I'm bringing up. He was traded basically beyond the trading deadline. And so he passed through waivers. Nobody claimed him. And so to make a trade like that is very, very difficult, in particular to get that kind of return. Yet, the guys that you did, Jake Rogers turns out to be a big leaguer, but those were the kind of ones that kind of leave you a bad taste in your mouth for sure.
Let me start with the last thing he said, the Verlander trade. He said, yeah, we did the best we could. We got a good haul from Houston. It was after the trade deadline. You got to pass through waivers. Of course, no one's going to pick him on waivers because of his contract. Then don't trade him. How about that? How about not trading him? How about not trading Max Scherzer, not letting Scherzer walk? And don't come on here and tell me they gave him a great offer, because they didn't. They gave him an offer that he could refuse. They didn't give him an offer he couldn't refuse. So instead of staying relevant and keeping the two best pitchers that have pitched their asses off for the last 10 years, instead of doing that, you let Scherzer walk for nothing, you draft crap, and then you let Verlander go for a bunch of guys. Unfortunately, one blows out his arm. The other guys are garbage. And Jake Rogers was injured all year last year. He's a good catcher. He's not a great catcher. So that's what you got. You gave up Verlander and his Cy Young and his no-hitter and his World Series for Jake Rogers. Then don't freaking trade him. And I said, don't let Paredes go. They let Isaac Paredes go for Austin Meadows. I'm sure you don't know. Don't make a deal with Tampa. Don't you know that they know? They know Austin Meadows. They knew his issues. And God, yes, the mental issues, that means it's as bad as if you blow out your knee. I understand all those things. But Tampa knew, and Detroit didn't. And Paredes has turned into a phenomenal infielder. He is. He's going to be even better. He's getting better every week. and he plays 4 positions, and he hits like a son of a gun in the middle of that lineup in Tampa. Those are the 2, and Max Scherzer, that absolutely baffle me. And the draft picks have been absolutely horrible. You got Casey Mize, number 1 pick. He's probably never going to pitch and be that guy again. He's just not. You got all these other guys, Jackson Jobe. They had 4 infielders that were taken that you could have used on your club because they had no hitters. Now, you understand? They've been no hit for like 7 innings, 6 1/3, 4 2/3. That's just this week. They don't have anybody. So Scott Harris comes here and he trades your best bullpen guy to Atlanta and to Philadelphia to get some everyday players and hope that the team can get going. So, yeah, the team is a pretty decent little team, but they have no minor leaguers coming up, and they are in big trouble. And Al Avila, you know, he's probably one of the most hated guys in the city of Detroit. And I feel for him because I don't like to hold a grudge. I feel sorry for him because he really was not given the tools to be the proper general manager. But you know what? He sucked.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
And, you know, for Al Avila, look, Al Avila is not going to come out here and say that every trade he's ever made sucked or was crap or anything like that. He's just not going to do it, and he shouldn't do that. But most of the things that Al Avila did in his time as general manager,
they blew up.
Yeah, not good, terrible, and he deserved to be fired.
Bad contracts.
Here's my question, though, and he brought up the Paredes and Meadows trade. And I really don't mean to be insensitive at all. But where is Austin Meadows? Where is Austin Meadows? Can Tigers fans get any sort of update on him? And I'll tell you why this is important. We come out here and we rip Ben Simmons.
Deservedly so.
Why deservedly so?
Because he's a wimp.
Okay. Why is Ben Simmons a wimp and Austin Meadows is treated with kid gloves? What is the difference there?
Well, one guy makes $1 billion and the other guy makes a decent living. And the one guy was a really good hitter, but he wasn't into Ben Simmons. And one is basketball, one's baseball. I just think it's different. Austin Meadows, I don't know, man. I really don't have an answer for you.
I forgot that Austin Meadows was on the team until Al Avila just mentioned him. And I'm thinking to myself here, if this was Ben Simmons and if Ben Simmons was on the Detroit Pistons it doesn't matter. Ben Simmons, his team needed him in Philadelphia. You know, Philadelphia is he played for Brooklyn, right?
They were both in a hunt for the championship.
In a hunt for a championship, they need this guy, and he's still not there.
I know.
I'm thinking to myself, man, wouldn't Austin Meadows' bat be nice right now?
Hell yeah.
Like, can we get an update on where he is or what the path is?
I think it is what it is.
He's done. He's done with baseball.
I think he is. I think he is.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more of a mental vacation will it take the right medication, whatever it takes to get right? He just don't feel like he's up to playing and traveling and doing all the things that you have to do as a major leaguer. You got to really put it out there to be a major leaguer. Ben Simmons sits out if he's got a tweaked big toe.
He says it's mental health.
I know, but he doesn't always say it's mental health. He'll say, "Oh, it's my shoulder," or "It's this," or "It's that." He doesn't always blame mental health on it. He's just a different animal, and that's a different sport. But this was another deal that the Tampa Bay Rays, they knew what they were getting. They knew they fleeced the Tigers.
Man, I'm just sitting here like the Tigers could use that bat, and you know, is he coming back soon? Is he not coming back soon? Can we get an update on how he's doing? Like,
I guess they will when they feel it's up. They feel it's right.
And again, I think it's great. I think it's absolutely great when your employer stands by you and provides resources. But it would also be great because I think that fans do have a right to know what any particular path would be, or what the progress is, or anything like that. We hear about if a player is injured physically, we hear about, he's throwing off a mound. Hendon Hooker. He's starting to throw passes. Like, is he starting to swing a bat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Is he? Is he facing live pitching?
It is what it is.
Is he playing catch?
Hey, I appreciate Al Avila coming out and talking.
I agree, man.
He came out.
I ain't mad at you, Al.
What can he say? What can he say?
I don't know, man.
It's over.
It's over.
Hey, NBA Finals tonight.
We'll get to that next, but first a message from Planet Fitness.
Yes, it's time for Planet Fitness. Now, we all know Planet Fitness as your judgment-free zone where you can work out for just $10 a month. But as of right now, Planet Fitness is thrilled to allow high schoolers ages 14 through 19 in the U.S. and Canada to work out for free all summer long with their Planet Fitness High School Summer Pass. Teens can officially gain access to the club after they register and will have free workout ability all the way up until August 31st. But that's not all, because Planet Fitness is also giving away over $200,000 to high schools and students as well. Whoever signs up for the High School Summer Pass can help win a scholarship for their school and participate in a TikTok video contest for a chance to win academic scholarships. Visit the landing page for more information and, of course, legal disclosures at pfsummerpasscontest.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
All right, everybody, having fun. Final segment of the show. Thanks to everybody who hit that like button for us. We are at 124
All
likes.
right. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it today on a Friday. I'm not even going to ask you. If you want to hit the like button, go ahead.
Go ahead.
If you don't want to hit the like button, don't worry about it. It's a Friday afternoon here. If you're not watching this on Friday,
golfing.
You're probably out there golfing. Maybe you're listening to us on the Bluetooth while you're golfing. All right.
Maybe you're at the Joik Bell Invitational. You never know. You might be.
NBA Game 4 of the NBA Finals tonight in Miami. An absolute must-win for the Miami Heat. They trail the series 2-1 against the Denver Nuggets. Denver a 3.5-point favorite tonight as they go in. I think we have seen the Miami Heat respond each and every single time throughout this playoff, and I think tonight is no different. I do think Miami responds tonight. You needed 2 triple doubles. Now you didn't need.
Mega triple doubles.
You handled the freaking game from start to finish.
Yeah.
But Jokic had a triple double, 30, 20, 10, first time ever in an NBA Finals game. Somebody had that stat line, and Jamal Murray also had a triple-double, 30, 10, 10.
Albeit, he stayed in the game to the last second to get that last rebound.
Either way, for the first time in NBA history, in a regular season, postseason, or finals game, you had 2 30-point triple-doubles. Right. And that's what it took to win. I think it's a lot to ask for a repeat performance of that. I take the Miami Heat tonight, and it is a must-win.
Even though it's 3.5 again, I just don't like that number. Then again, it scared me off taking Denver the other night, the 3.5, because the real me thought Denver, the Nuggets, would run them out of the gym, which happened. But the 3.5 made me think that looks like a sucker bet. Denver only 3.5? I'll take the Heat, and the Heat were never in that game. I'll go with you, Rye. I want them to win. I hope they compete tonight. I hope they could keep it within 5 to 8 points in the fourth quarter and maybe make a run like they did in Game 2. I'm rooting for them. I'm going to go around the room here. I'll start with JB. JB, you and me have been almost on the same page with the NBA playoffs here. Are you looking for the Heat or the Nuggets to win tonight?
I think the Heat bounce back on this one. I will take the plus 3.5 tonight for the Heat. So give me the Heat on this one.
Parker, how about you?
Man, I'm feeling, I don't know. Every time, like you mentioned, the Heat bounce back every time, but I feel like the Nuggets are winning tonight.
All right, well, I got the camera on you, Parker. Before Ryan and I brought up, boy, it must be nice to play in a city like Miami or Dallas. But Jamal Murray doesn't. He plays in Denver, Colorado.
Ooh.
Describe to us his salary and then the taxes in Colorado and what he clears.
Yeah, for sure. So Jamal Murray's salary is $31.65 million.
$31.6 million. All right.
So with the first tax, that'll be federal tax. The country takes $11.71 million away from him. Next, you got the Colorado tax.
Gotta have the Colorado tax.
$695,000 in taxes.
Almost $700,000 in taxes from Denver. Okay.
$950,000 in agent fees.
Agent fees.
$943,000 in jock tax.
Yes.
The jock tax.
What is jock tax? I have no idea.
No idea.
Oh, man.
$3.17 million in NBA escrow.
So does he keep that money? Is that his, like, put away? If he's in NBA escrow, Ryan? Do you know?
Dude, I don't. I mean.
All right.
It's just.
Is there any more takeaway?
There is more. The last one is $742,000 in FICA/Medicare, and that brings his net income to $13,430,000.
So instead of $32 million, he's getting $13 million.
Think of that, though. You make $32 million, $12 million right away goes to the government, the federal government.
Yep. And what do they do?
What are they gonna do with that?
What do they
money?
do with that money?
Crazy, man. I don't know.
That sucks,
what
man.
What do I know?
All right, I'm gonna hope the Heat win tonight.
Yeah.
If they don't, they're not going to be able to win 3 straight.
And you know who didn't win 3 straight? The Las Vegas Golden Knights did not win 3 straight, thanks to an overtime goal by Matthew freaking Tkachuk.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something?
Great game with the Florida Panthers. They put it all out there last night to stave off elimination. They wouldn't have been eliminated, but they would have been down 3-0. It's their first ever Stanley Cup win. If you remember, they were in it in 1996. They were a young team back then, just like Vegas, and they played the Colorado Avalanche, we know, because they knocked off our Red Wings that year, thanks to you-know-who beating up Chris Draper in the corner. But nonetheless, we got even with them. But that year, Florida was swept by the Avalanche, especially the last game went to overtime, and John Van Beesbroek was beat by Huey Krupp. Remember Huey Krupp?
Oh, God, I remember. Number 4, Huey Krupp came from the Avalanche.
Then he comes over to the Red Wings after that. So nonetheless, Florida got their first win. They play tomorrow night in Florida again, see if they can hold serve and tie that series up at 2 games apiece.
I see Mike G on here. He wants to know about what I'm going to get tonight at Hook. I don't know. I've never been there.
I'm going to tell you what to get. You ready?
Yeah.
You like crab?
Yes.
Get the crab cake appetizer.
Okay.
Do you like clam chowder?
Yes.
It's the best New England clam chowder you'll ever taste.
Wow.
The best.
Wow.
I promise you. I want you to write me when you're eating that soup.
Okay.
Text me.
Okay.
And say, Maz, you hit it on the head.
Okay.
And then my wife, you like salmon?
It's
all right.
fine.
My wife had it with the salmon.
Yeah.
First, it comes out, it looks a little crispy on the outside. She's like, I don't know. She cuts into it.
Ooh-wee.
It's the best fish she ever had in her entire life. I had a steak. You know, you get a steak anywhere.
Totally.
You wait for Fairway Market, Fairway Packing for that. Maybe they get their steaks from Fairway.
They do.
There you go.
They
so
absolutely
I
do.
had a delicious steak.
Yeah.
New York strip.
Look at that.
So it was outstanding. Great atmosphere. And the boats get to dock right there.
I love that.
A lot of close, I don't know how they park those suckers.
Hey, give me before we get out of here, give me a trifecta for the Belmont.
The Belmont Stakes tomorrow in New York, in Elmont, New York. 9 horses going to post.
9 ponies.
6 of these 9 can win the race. Tapit Trice, Arcangelo, National Treasure, the Preakness winner. He is back for more. And then they got Forte, who was scratched from the Kentucky Derby.
Oh.
Did not run in the Preakness. An Angel of Empire
Forte
at
is
number 8.
Favorite of the
Yep, he was the favorite
Kentucky Derby.
of the Derby. Now this is a race that's
It's
a
a
mile.
good race.
This is a mile and a half, and I had tickets to this, Ryan. And my brother-in-law called me and said, "Look, we got
Jersey
tickets."
Mike?
Jersey Mike said, "Tommy, we got grandstand seats. You got to come in." I'm like, "Mike, I'm coming next Saturday to your kids' graduation. I can't come 2 weeks in a row. It's going to cost me way too much money to leave work for a day or two and then go to New York and then spend all that money and then come the following week. I had to say no. I haven't been to the Belmont since 1979.
Get out of here.
I would have loved to have gone.
Almost 44 years, 45
Isn't that
years.
something, man?
Wow.
Spectacular bid. Came
Go
up short
next
of the
year.
Triple Crown. I want to.
Go next year to
I
the
love
Belmont
it. They're
Stakes.
redoing that track. The track is gorgeous.
On Fox this year.
On
Belmont
Fox.
on Fox,
Tom
baby.
Durkin on the call. The greatest horse racing announcer of all time. They pulled him out of retirement, and he is calling it for the first time for Fox.
Love it. Good stuff. Maz, enjoy, my friend. Everybody out there. Parker Brown, my guy. JB, you baby. You know what time it is. All right, everybody out there that watched, we say so long. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Pray for me. I'm going down to Comerica.